Many clients engage in private religious and spiritual practices that enhance their psychological well-being by promoting a positive sense of hope, increasing quality of life, reducing symptoms, and lowering the risk of suicide. I was part of a research team that conducted a survey to document the spiritually related needs, preferences, and experiences of individuals and families receiving public mental health services in the state of California. This table shows the high level of participation in religious and spiritual activities that mental health care recipients reported as helpful to their well-being. Prayer, 73%, meditation, 47%, attending religious services, 40%, spending time in nature, 41%, reading sacred texts or spiritual self-help books, 36%. These benefits are above and beyond the social support offered by a religious organization. A study found that reductions in depression and hopelessness scores among older adults being treated for depression were more related to their private religious involvement, prayer and meditation, than their public involvement, such as attendance at a church. In a longitudinal study, quote, a high self-report rating of the importance of religion or spirituality may have a protective effect against recurrence of depression, particularly in adults with a history of parental depression, end quote. Whereas religious attendance was not a protective factor. These and other research findings suggest that there is a factor separate from social support, which Dr. Plant describes as the, quote, impact of faith on emotional functioning associated with increased forgiveness and reduced guilt, which may contribute to feelings of well-being, end quote. Herbert Benson, one of the pioneers of mindfulness research, also posited that there is an independent faith factor. Quote, when present, faith in an eternal or life-transcending force seems to make the fullest use of remembered wellness because it is a supremely soothing belief, disconnecting unhealthy logic and worries, end quote. Benson goes on to claim that, quote, it almost doesn't matter what you believe in a religious belief, in your doctor, such as in this etching of the doctor keeping death away from the patient, or in nature itself. While answering the previous questions, the client may have already revealed some aspects of their personal religion or spirituality. When you can, incorporate their prior answers into these questions. That is, if the client already answered that meditation is important in their life, then in formulating your questions, you can ask for an example of a time when they used meditation to assist with their mental well-being. And if there are any other personal, religious, or spiritual beliefs or practices that the client does on their own and finds helpful in dealing with difficulties.